Alright, audio should be live. Can someone talk? Yep, it's live.
Rick?
Right, I'm on push to talk. It's live.
Okay, yeah, that, you should probably turn that off. In that case, welcome back everyone to our next session of Here Be Dragons. Knight will not be joining us tonight. He's feeling a little under the weather, but otherwise, we are set to go. Who would like to give a recap of last session?
Ruford, you've tended to be our main
man.
I got it.
I got you. So,
we love you.
Group is discussing, what they're doing and what their priorities are in the upcoming, what you assume to be some sort of fight. So it's like it's a bit of here and there, but it's like, okay, we want to help the child definitely, but we're not sure where we'll line up. Alex is like, I don't fucking like devils. Cheese is like, yeah, but it's also a fae. He liked the fae. And he's like, blah blah blah. Can't honestly remember. There was an argument, but I can't remember what it was. Something about his people being enslaved by them. Anyway, then there's the group goes about readying itself. Just various things. Cheese goes to meditate. Sapphire paces. Losing some chains from some of the buildings are gone. This course is overheard. Lessla inquires with her raven companion and Venali what the creature could be, and figured it's some kind of figuring out some kind of chain construct. Cheese detects something is off, and we decided and goes to move towards it. I should also say Cheese asked to be able to speak to the creature. That's very relevant, because that didn't end up happening. We get close to the portal, and then there's some sounds heard. Most of the group hears one side, one person hears the other side, and one person hears absolutely nothing. Follow it, and we find this creature, thorny thing that blends in with the shadows, stealing food from a pantry. We end up getting chased to it as it runs away at the first sight of us, catching it with some shenanigans occurring. We have some difficulty conveying, but we do get the idea, like, one, it wants to feed the child's in danger, and it's very, like, complicated because the creature speaks very simply, so it's slow moving, but eventually it's like, okay, I'll take you to the child, and we didn't really discuss fighting the chain thing. But we didn't have to discuss it, because as we were approaching the Fae crossing, Venali saw something slithering through the wheat. And like, absolute... well, I guess like what he did was very brave. Or stupid. Ran up and hit it with his sword. This caused the thing to become very angry. And it got its big boy form. And that's where we're at.
Uh-oh. Hold on, let me roll initiative now too.
Yeah, I was
I've been rolling initiative throughout the recap.
You were doing things.
This is just an exercise in, like, really bad rolls.
Oh, we've got 2 10s on the field. Who's next higher? Lessla or Cheese?
Lessla's.
Mine is a +2.
I have a +2
so far,
for
everyone's
dex.
going before it is. Let's see.
That's nice.
Lessla, what's your dex?
My dex is 16.
Remember, brother,
Yes.
man, you've got push to talk.
Right! Push to talk. 16. Sorry, I've been playing Project Zomboid lately, so I've had to take push to talk off. Yeah, I have a 16.
Yeah. And Cheese, you have 14?
I have a 15.
Okay.
So, Lessla goes before I do.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that in here because I can do
If you
that.
have a 15 dex, you might as well have a 42.
Very much. When you go to level 4, you can always take a feat to up your
Yeah,
dex.
so it depends on how you're building, but yeah, most of the time.
Why would I not take a feat?
Okay, so it actually goes first.
Yeah, I'm calling him Thorny until, you know, he tells us.
Nobody rolled above a 15 for initiative.
Yeah, that's what I said. This is an exercise in really bad rolls.
Well,
But-
you know what?
Or
At least we're going
everyone
before
roll-
our enemy.
Or everyone rolled super well. You don't
Corvus,
want to
Corvus,
Huh?
okay,
I can see what yours is.
Corvus, you, return to the pessimistic.
Oh, no.
My New Year's resolution was to be more optimistic, so I'm working on that.
Good.
My New Year's resolution is to drive my GMs insane with stupidity.
You
But that was
already
just
do
going to
that.
default.
That's not a resolution. Yeah, that's just default rag.
Yes, the resolution to stay the same.
Anyway.
Anyways, does this thing want to hit the other thing or does it want to run?
Like you, coward.
I need to have it. make a
It's
check. I
scared
need
of
to
it
make a check.
normally. Now it has up threat. Pause threat.
Allies? Question mark.
I can't wait till I
I
hit
need
level
to have
6
it
and I can
make
have
Meat
paladin
shield.
spells.
That's the term. It, has
It needs to
meat
make a
shield.
check. I just need to look at something for it.
Ruford is taking no prisoners today.
As he should.
Correct.
Why do they take prisoners? They just steal your supplies.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Fuck. You guys didn't hear it, but I just sneezed really loudly.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. All I heard was the fuck of the aftermath.
Was it a headache sneeze or not?
No, it wasn't a headache sneeze. It's just really big.
Okay.
It's got to make. Is it? It's not. Okay. It's gonna be a lot easier with you there, but it has to make a check.
Ba ba ba.
You're welcome.
Uh-oh.
Die?
Question mark?
Oh. I hope it's I mean, I know.
Oof.
Thorny, no.
Oh
That
dear.
motherfucker
Oh
is
dear.
running.
It shuts down and just sort of ducks down into the field and hides.
Yeah.
Well, you
Alright,
know,
does anyone have Mantle of Inspiration?
Why the fuck would any of us
Good
have
question. Does anyone have the cleric spell?
It's a paladin spell,
Yeah.
thank you
Is
very much.
anybody here a cleric in this party that we've been traveling with for the longest
It's a
time?
paladin spell, thank you very
But
much.
anyway, next, Sapphire, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm, because I don't know if this will work or not. It might. I don't know. I'm gonna just do this. My little pass without a trace. So I guess describing it wise, my shadow kind of extends to my allies and just kind of makes their shadows darker. I don't know because it says it radiates from me. So I now have a +10 to hide. So I'm gonna
Okay.
or +10, yeah, and then bonus action to hide.
Okay.
So it's a 23, and then I'm gonna move.
That beats his passive.
I feel like anything that had a bigger passive than 23.
Yeah.
I mean, well, actually, what's Cheese's passive? It's like, really,
It's-
21.
Yeah,
21. Says at the bottom.
it's pretty close up there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Oh,
I'm gonna
right.
move. Because I can
Yep.
do that.
Yeah,
That's
So
my
that's-
turn.
I can't wait till we hit 25 and that.
When you're stealth, I would say move. I would say when you're stealth, you have to half your speed if you break stealth.
Well, I did that.
Okay, just making sure.
I mean, to be fair, you're still walking technically. All right,
Corvus,
Corvus.
it's your turn.
Let's go die because we can't see what we're doing. Oh wait,
What?
Venali glows.
Yeah, that's why I was like, he's there. So
He does emit dim light, yes. Which it's
I
already dim
pull
light.
out. I reach into my bag. I pull out my shining dagger.
Okay.
Two weapon fighting with the daggers.
What did we say? It was a bonus action to light it up?
It's a bonus action to make it glow, yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that then.
No, yeah.
And
I have a feeling that you could, if you're, you know what, if that does seem a little bit much, if you're
No, it
drawing it,
doesn't.
you can have it.
No, it's
perfectly accurate.
that's perfectly accurate. Every other weapon that can light up is a bonus action to light up or turn off.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, unfortunately, I do not have advantage, so I'm probably gonna miss.
It is at with disadvantage at this, yes, because it's
Why?
dim light.
Oh, that's only for perception check.
Yeah,
Okay.
dim light doesn't do anything in combat.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind then.
So we're gonna miss.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
So I stab, I miss. And I will bonus that, and I will activate a little bit of ferocity, and I will bonus action. So I'm spending a key point. Bonus action, flurry of blows. Nope. And
Nope.
and then I use my insane superpower I have. I don't know what this thing can do. So I think Corvus is going to spread out. You doesn't know what this thing. I'll go 15, 20, 25, 30.
You know, I probably should have rolled for Venali since he's on this map.
35.
So I'm just going to set him immediately after this thing.
Understandable.
Okay. It is terrifying how good Corvus is in terms of just the hit and run.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you
Oh
play
right,
one.
mobile.
Do you have
Insurance
mobile? Out of
company's
curiosity?
nightmare.
What's up?
I'm
Cor-
not talking Corvus. Do you have mobile by any chance?
Yeah, I took mobile.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have been dead by now. That's my turn. Because every turn I stab something and run away, and and if I didn't have mobile, I'd be playing a very dangerous
Yeah.
game with you. Like,
Yeah.
I dare you to hit me. I dare you to hit me.
It really would.
Alright, well.
I
Alright, I'm just
can.
going ahead and setting this to.
You know, there's one spell I have that I like using that would actually really fuck Sapphire.
Oh god.
Oops.
Hey, Sean, I have a question. Can I end my own turn, or do we have to?
Yeah, only he can do it.
Okay, but Lessla, you are up next.
Yep. Alright, so I'm going to go there. Go there because being in straight lines is a bad idea. And then for now I'm gonna start testing as a wizard usually does. So I'm gonna cast Frostbite. So it has to make a DC 14 con save, and because I'm special, I will start with fire. We'll see if it's resistant to fire.
Okay.
So
So it needs to make a con save, and that also is for the extra effect of frostbite, correct?
the extra effect of Frostbite is only if it fails. So
Okay. Why did it roll? It wasn't supposed to roll with advantage, so the first one's 11.
the first one's 11, so it will take 6 fire damage. And
It
also
doesn't seem to hurt it.
But I think even if I think it still has the other
Feel
effect.
damage from a thing you don't suffer.
Well, because of how it says target on a failed save takes 1d6 damage, and it has disadvantage on next weapon attack roll.
Yeah.
So they are two separate
It
things.
suffers, and I guess the.
And
of the DM roll.
they are separate statements.
I guess it's a DM
Yeah, DM call. But they are separate
I-
statements.
Frostbite, that's the one. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. And that one is, yeah, I would say that this is,
It's cold fire.
it is, yeah. I'll say that that's, an extra effect of the spell. It won't take the damage, but it will still take the effect.
Hmm. I'm actually really
think that's
surprised. I'm really surprised it failed. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Okay. Golems don't usually fail con checks. That's why I was like, oh, this is going to be pointless.
I
But
mean, it rolled really low.
it did roll really low. But as she sees that it doesn't seem to be hurt, she says, all right, my favorite element is out of the question. I'm going to try acid next.
Okay. Next up, Cheese.
Hello. So Shadow, just after last session, I sent you a series of questions specifically about Cheese being terrified of things that are not natural, especially things like golems and automatons.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Oh,
that
that's
at all?
right. That's right. I got distracted by what happened immediately after. Apologize.
No, you're all good.
Yes. So,
I did not fail that, or I did not pass that check.
yes. So, Cheese.
Hi.
Prior to all this, prior to your turn starting, so, first of all, you are considered frightened of this thing. You cannot move closer
Okay.
to it. Otherwise, as this is all going on around you, you, feel something in the back of your mind pushing, trying to claw its way to the surface. Like something is trying to override that fear. You can choose to try and let it in if you want, or you can try and fight it.
I think Cheese, kind of in her panicked state, feels that sense of reprieve from her fear, and so she'll go ahead and let it take over.
Okay, so you let it in, and as you let it in, you hear a voice just in your echo through your mind. Let me help you.
Writing that down. Cheese, then, I suppose, in response, she will mutter under her breath, I'm trying to think of what she would say.
This is just in your head.
Yeah. Do it. She's letting whatever it is help her out, I suppose.
Okay. So with that, Cheese, you feel as you're sort of pushed to the back of your own mind. And I just need to see what this is.
Wild magic. Cheese turns into a potted plant.
Are you kidding me? That's her fucking dream.
So, Cheese, as you do that, you feel something else take over as it moves you to right here. And you feel something build up within you. As, let me just make sure This is correct. Oh yeah, easily.
Oh no.
And Cheese,
Jesus
you
firing
feel...
her lasers.
Lightning bolt.
So, it's funny you should say that, because everyone looks at Cheese as Cheese just, with a very determined and foreign look in her eyes, just leans forward and fires a just beam of light along this line from her mouth. Just...
Well, that's
breathes
new.
like a beam of solid moonlight. And this thing has to make... what is it?
Probably a deck save. Actually, probably a con
It's-
save.
it's a dex. It is a
Light-based
dex
stuff,
save.
usually dex or con.
Cheese, what's your con mod?
Mine is +2.
Okay. So it has to make a dex save against that.
So what is it? 12.
Well, it's the same for both. Both of them are 15. Both of them are +2. So.
Okay. So yeah, let's make a. It succeeds. So I.
Half damage.
Yeah, it takes half damage. So. So it takes 1 point of radiant damage.
Unfortunately low, but you know, it takes radiant damage. Hell yeah.
Yep.
As that finishes, and Cheese, with that you do it does you do once again regain control. You have no idea how that happened, but whatever that presence was, it fades away.
Is she still doing a frighten?
Yes, Cheese would still be frightened.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, arguably, she's even more frightened now. Cause what the fuck?
Yes, arguably. Also.
You can't see it, but Sapphire very much has that expression on her face, but she's keeping it hush hush. Like.
Well, Lessla just assumes that's magic.
All right, now it's time for Gollum.
Mr. Man.
Yay!
It's time for Venali to die while he's not here.
Yes.
God damn it, push it, Hawk. It's time for Venali to die now that he's not here.
So yeah, with the golem going next, it's going to just move right here, and Venali's going to get an attack of opportunity against it.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's repositioning. It's not a good thing.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
What's his to hit?
Venali, if he has a +1 strength using a
probably-
longsword and it's not a light longsword, it's gonna be a +4. Three.
It's dex for him because of reasons.
Okay.
By checking his previous attack.
We can't also check his previous attack.
Yeah. Okay, there it is.
+8. +8 to hit.
That definitely hits.
That hits. Good.
Nice.
Okay, we're learning. So it's 19 or greater.
Yep, and that is plus 10. There's 10 damage to it. Okay.
He didn't put the damage
Very
type in it, but it should be slashing.
Yeah, it should. It is. Okay. You did some sizable damage to it so far, but it's gonna do something else, and so the chains around it suddenly spread out and rise up from the ground, spinning around it. The area within 5 feet of it is now difficult terrain. It is considered to have 3/4 cover. Everyone within 10 feet of it needs to make a dex save.
People.
I don't think that's gonna pass.
I am one of those folks. Dex save?
Yep. Yep, dex save.
I gotcha. Bop. That's an 11.
Could just put a radius on the thing.
Yeah, you can measure a radius.
I could.
No, I mean like give it like an aura.
Or you can just do this now.
For Venali, oh, Venali succeeds. Everyone else fails.
Nice.
So let's see the damage of its ability here. Everyone is going to take 10 points of slashing damage, Venali taking half.
Holy schmolies.
You'll be fine as when you wild shape. I'm in a different boat.
Abjuration wizard for the win. Abjurations are so much fun.
If I was an abjuration wizard, I would use my reaction to cast shield right now to get the temp HP.
Also, as the chains begin to cut actually very deep, the wounds begin to bleed profusely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
At the start of each of your turns, you're going to take 1d4 consistent damage.
Until we heal, right?
You can try to stop it in several ways. You can try and make a... So I'll go ahead and tell you this, because this would be obvious to both of you. You both have knowledge of magic. A survival or medicine check can stop, or any healing spell will shut this off.
Isn't survival just like shoving
Yeah.
into your wounds?
But before I take off this health, is this a magical effect?
It is not.
Okay.
You got hit by
I'm just wondering, because Clouth is usually within 10 feet of me, so because of him I get advantage on saves against
good.
magic.
How close? Where's Clough? What position in the square of 10 feet around this guy is he?
Not...
Clough is fine. He's shielded. He's blocked by Lessla.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'll tell you what though, that Raven
So
might
be sure
might
you
just be
mark off
gone.
your
Yeah.
health there.
Good question.
And Venali going.
What? I have a question, Shadow. I guess I should wait till my turn. But what's the lighting situation?
It's dim light.
To make sure, because if it was dark, the less would have disadvantage.
Yeah.
No, it is considered dim light right now.
She
not
would be
darkness.
blinded.
And Venali is going to try and hit it again. Now it has 3/4 cover.
He moves into the swirling chains?
Of course he does. That's what Knight would do.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So I have to bring him up and have him make his attack. Having a magic character above PC and this is a bad idea. That's why I usually have them do nothing. But he hit it last time. That does in fact hit.
Alright.
Ooh, that's a lot. Oh, and because he because he has that, he gets an extra. Extra 1 damage for 13 total. So that's still a lot, and I believe he has to make his dex save again.
I mean, he got deeper into the chain, so that doesn't
Yeah, he does
work.
he does have to make it again.
Okay, so it's an end of turn thing.
Oh god, what's that one carnivore ride?
It should have been at the beginning of the turn, but thank you for reminding me.
If it's beginning of turn, does it proc when it did it?
No, it procs at the beginning of your turn. Oh, and that's a fail. And take another d10.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking, because if the convention is what it does it when it casts it, then at the beginning of our turn.
The additional damage. The barrier is when you move into its space.
He ran closer to it, so he took.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh. And then... Okay, so that's not good. Venali is not looking good.
Yeah, well,
Not entirely surprised.
But he did hit it pretty hard, actually.
Mm-hmm. And we're glad for
Knight
that.
comes back next week's session, like, sorry, we killed Venali.
Oopsie doopsie.
Well, we didn't. A chain golem did.
All right,
All right,
but
Thorny.
that's his turn. It is our friend's turn here again, and
I've just been calling him Thorny.
yeah, he's got to make another check.
Rude to give a nickname, but
I know, but this is out of character. Because we don't know what to call
Oh, okay.
did he pass?
So, yeah, he did. But a lot of you are actually attempting to fight this thing on his behalf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now this is personal. It's hurt me.
Yeah. So he's actually gonna move a little bit closer to it, and that radius can. How do I get rid of that radius?
That's my measurement. So I'll.
Okay, so if you could get rid.
Just give it an aura.
Well, because it's.
I love
it
how I
doesn't
can't.
need
I
it
love how
anymore.
I can't see it.
I can't see it either.
Oh, are you guys still on the old UI?
Yeah.
Probably.
No idea. But like, just give it an aura. Double click the token, scroll down to aura radius,
He knows how to do
10
it.
feet square.
Yeah, I know how to do it.
Yeah, probably
I do.
change the color to not be
Yellow. I mean, we would still see it because of the flat color as opposed to the dynamic weed.
So it needs to make that hit. It does not hit. It sends its arm forward, and a lashy, thorny vine of shadow impacts on one of the chains surrounding the golem and does nothing. That ending its turn.
All right, guys, it's between 19 and 21.
No,
It
because
was
it has
19,
higher cover
but
now.
now has
has-
3/4 cover.
It has 3/4 cover.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. In 3/4 coverage between 19 and 21. So it's either 20 or 21 is the AC right now.
Let me see if I can't. Yes, it's fine like that. Because I don't want to have to shoot through Venali.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, yes.
Yeah, and I don't want to get closer to it. But like,
Move down.
Yeah.
yeah, but I want to be able to hide and then also like.
You're hidden. You're hidden right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I hit it, I'm not gonna be hidden anymore.
If you,
You can. You have a bonus action.
yes.
Yeah, but I still want to be
Yeah.
able to move away.
You have movement, you have your action, and then your bonus action to hide again. Easy move.
If
and
you
don't have
move
to
there,
run that
you
far.
would be able to shoot at it without
where?
Venali causing. Yeah. So Venali can't give it any more cover than its barrier currently is. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
No, because the thing is,
I don't wanna
'cause
actually
the
hit it.
roll is if it rolls less than
Yes.
its AC.
Because
than
of
Venali
how it
is going
is.
to hit.
So I'm telling you, because Venali is in the barrier, it's going to hit the barrier and not Venali. You right now cannot possibly hit Venali.
Yeah, because Venali would
Because you
also
give
have
it half
cover.
cover. It's giving him 3/4 cover. Yes,
So-
he effectively does.
So, are we going with the rule of I have to move half my movement in order to stay hidden, or is
I would
that-
say yes.
Okay.
Well, you can move half your movement, shoot, move more, hide.
Well, hide, then move another half of my movement.
Technically, no. Yeah, you would be able to shoot it pretty much wherever, and Venali is not going to give it any more cover than its barrier currently is.
My concern is I don't want to hit Venali.
You
You're
cannot.
not going to hit him.
Okay, and
It's going to hit the chains with how this works, and that doesn't matter. They can't be damaged.
fair. Here's hoping I somehow manage to shoot through the chains.
Too bad the chains don't require concentration to keep up.
Yeah. Advantage because I am hidden, and let's sneak attack is checked, and fingers crossed.
That does hit,
Yes.
Well, around 20.
and is that bow magical by any chance?
No.
Okay. It does absolutely nothing.
Motherfucker.
All right.
it just impacts the chains and it just shatters against it. Doesn't seem to hurt it at all.
All right, time for Magic 101. Things don't like force damage.
Move. And then I move while staying away from the 10 feet thing and hide again, because fuck that thing in particular.
Go ahead and roll.
Did not mean to do that at advantage, but
So that's the exact same thing either way. Has no idea where you are.
And then of course I moved here after hiding. I do not
Corvus,
want to
it is your turn.
I have a question, Shadow. Because Corvus doesn't understand magic, the idea of magic damage. No concept of it. But he saw an arrow just provoke. He's thinking weapons that pierce don't.
Okay.
Corvus can do nothing. Under that,
I
it's like-
mean, you saw Venali's sword basically.
I saw a
pierce it.
slash.
So the arrow didn't do enough. Really, the motion is similar enough. You could assume that your blade might have an effect.
Just making sure that Corvus isn't assuming piercing doesn't work. 'Cause he's not gonna run into that thing and punch it. That's just.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, your dagger, quote unquote, is really almost a short sword.
I'm also pretty sure your dagger is mad. Well, the one that you can throw.
Yeah, you do know it's also, yeah, both of them are also very, oh, that's right, you do still have the throwing one.
Mm-hmm.
Closer. I am within 20 feet of it, away from me. I'll reach to my side. Pull out another dagger.
This is the throwing one, isn't it?
This is my throwing dagger, yeah.
The ignores cover. Yeah, that's actually really smart.
Yes.
I'm not gonna run up and fucking stab when it's swirling
No,
the shape. I thought it was slash people. My guy?
Yeah.
23.
Are you going to bonus action throw the other dagger?
Oh, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
Yeah, pretty good aim.
Okay.
And then bonus action.
And that
fall
is
back.
considered a magic weapon.
Yes, it is counted as magical for the purposes of overcoming resistance.
Yep.
Then I
Okay,
will step,
that does some damage to it, yeah.
bonus action, call it back.
Mhm.
Back here.
Okay. Lessla, you are up next.
Yeah, I am. Hold up, let me take my damage. Okay, I'm going to back up. And I got some time before I have to.
How bad am I? How bad?
I got blood left. I'm gonna magic missile at first level.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the damage.
So that'll be 9 force damage total.
Okay. That definitely seems to affect it.
Yep. Well, if force damage doesn't affect it, I'd be very, very sad.
Yeah.
But then I'm
Probably
going
for good
to.
reason. Cheese,
Oh, no.
it is now your turn.
Yep.
Neither Lessla nor Venali are looking too good.
I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm
God.
fine.
Also, you have to roll the. What?
You also
I
do have
I
to roll a
a
d4.
D4. Yeah.
Yes.
Let me do that real quick. 1. So it's just 1 point of damage.
Okay, so 1 point of damage, yes.
All right.
Don't worry about the wizard.
Gonna go ahead and do
I'm
that.
doing my best not to die of 1d4 slashing damage.
Oh, fuck. I had a plan, but now Venali's not looking great.
Yes.
Shit, why do you have to be...
Don't worry about the wizard. I'm only dying of 1d4 slashing damage.
I'm only bleeding.
I'm only bleeding out a little bit. I'm bleeding internally, and that's where the blood is supposed to be. Cheese is going to move back a little bit, as she is still frightened.
When's he coming?
And I have a silly question, but this is a question that, so if I were to cast a spell as an action, would I be able to cast a different spell as a bonus action? Yes or no?
unless the
No.
spell's cantrip.
Okay. I had
If one's a
figured
cantrip,
as
yeah,
much.
if the cantrip is a bonus act, if the bonus action is a cantrip, then yes, that's the exception.
Okay.
Moonbeam.
Well, yeah, I want to, but you're also like dying.
I'm fine. I can heal myself. Or I can heal Venali if he goes down.
But fuck it, I'm casting Moonbeam.
Okay.
Which is a second level spell. I didn't mean to do that, but he does need to make a DC 14 con save.
Save. Okay.
Why are we so focused on fucking con saves? Every spell I have is a
Guessing
con
you're
save.
casting it in a way that doesn't hit Venali.
It fails.
It is...
Very much fails.
Okay, so it takes that 12 radiation damage.
12 radiant damage.
Jesus.
Gotcha.
Radiation damage, you're giving it cancer.
Shut up.
Get cancer, dude.
But yeah, the spell description is silvery beam of pale light shines down from a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. So that point is.
As
So you just blast it.
as I've learned, it is actually a 9x9 or 3x3 grid that it covers. It's really funny.
Yeah, you can hit it. You can hit it without hitting Venali. You're fine.
Okay. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain, and it must make a con save. And if it is a shape changer, it makes saving throws with disadvantage. And if it fails, then it reverts to its original form. I don't think it's a shape changer.
It's not.
Putting that out there.
Well, it did
It's
change
not.
from like a humpless chain into a chain humanoid.
Very.
Yeah.
It is
What is
starting
its
to not
natural
look
state?
good. You have hacked off a lot of its chains.
I imagine the
But
chains
yeah,
are burning
how
now.
How Cheese casts this spell is she kind of like takes her staff in front of her and plants it in the ground, and she says this string, almost in a song, of sylvan words, and it rains down moonlight from above and just scorches this thing.
All right.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Now it is its turn. It, starting to not look so good, is going to ignore Venali entirely. And it's going to instead make 2 attacks, because its target is revealing itself.
Teehee, oopsies.
I've got silvery barbs ready, guys. Don't worry.
It has disadvantage on its next
wait, no,
attack
it's going
check.
It's going after Buddy.
It does have disadvantage on the first one.
Going after Buddy.
It does.
Buddy, no.
Does that hit? I don't think that hits. That does not hit. Misses its first one,
Okay.
but it's going to make another attack. That does hit.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs.
You
Okay.
are revealed, by the way.
Yeah.
I understand that, but that is okay.
Okay, so it rolls again.
Mhm.
It takes a lower roll.
Okay.
Well, it takes
Here we go,
the.
You roll the same exact number again.
Well, we're about to find out.
He also doesn't have a great AC. That's just bad.
I mean, it rolled fairly low overall, honestly. That is in fact less though, and it does miss.
Yes.
And
Nice.
because
Silvery
I have to
barbs
ask.
Shoot up and bonk the chains out.
Because I have to ask who are you giving advantage.
You know what? I'll give it to Venali, considering he,
Yeah.
has been doing the most damage.
He really has been. He's been running like
So I'll give it to
he's
Venali.
not even here.
Yeah.
Well,
It's usually the way, I find.
Yeah, so silvery barbs just shoot up from the ground and bat the chain away.
Okay, so that's its turn. It completely failed to do anything. It's Venali's turn, who he takes a D4.
So happy my fucking stomach
It should have also had to make another con save for the
for the maximum
Ouch.
4.
yes. Shadow, it should have had to make a con save for the moonbeam because at the start of its turn.
Movie. Oh yeah, because it was its turn. Yeah.
Actually, it already got hit by
It
it.
succeeded.
It's
Okay, save, so it takes half.
Yes, but it's the first time it enters it on its turn, correct?
The first time it enters it or at the start.
Let me say. So when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time, or starts its turn there, it is engulfed with ghostly flames that cause it. But yeah.
Okay. It succeeded regardless, so it
Yeah.
doesn't much matter.
that's fine.
Venali really is not looking too good. He's at like a fifth of his health.
Oof.
Oh wait, it is half damage on a successful save.
Okay, so roll damage then.
Okay. Bop bop bop. Pew. So it takes 3. 3 radiant.
Yeah, moonbeam is a really mean spell for level 2.
It is. It really is.
Love it.
Druid go burr.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
And it's concentration, so if I wanted, I could still wild shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see. Venali's gonna try and hit again. He gets advantage.
Go Venali. I'm hoping for a nat 20. I'm doubting it, but I'm hoping.
No, but that's a
Hey.
lot. He rolled a 1 and still got 9 damage.
Damn.
Christ. How does he have plus?
So that's 10. Yeah. Class. That's 10. Jeez, he didn't quite kill it, but it's really close.
Basically, +5, +2, +1.
It's really, really close.
Yeah, +5, +2, +2, +1 for magic sword.
It's our friend here's turn again. Who he's gonna make. Gonna make a thorn whip against it again and miss once again.
Oh, come on.
As it flies through and just misses entirely.
You know, I'm just gonna imagine he's still scared out of his mind, but he's doing this despite his fears.
Sort of, yeah. Next up, Sapphire. It is your turn. Venali
Yeah.
will now be giving it half cover.
It's the chains are still going.
And it can
brrr,
see.
right? Yeah.
No, they're not.
Oh, they're
They
not.
stopped when it made those attacks instead.
Oh, beautiful. Cool. Let's go with my new dagger. Whee.
Someone else is engaged, so you will get sneak attack, just not advantage.
I know. I'm on normal right now.
You don't want to move there. You don't want to move there.
That does not hit.
Unfortunate.
Sapphire, you don't want to move there.
Yeah, bonus action.
Disengage.
Yeah, that is where the moon. No, that's where the moonbeam is.
Oh. Well,
We
no.
can't see it.
That's also where the moonbeam is.
Yes.
No, you
I
can
don't
see the
know where it
moonbeam.
I
It-
physically
no,
not
we
Yeah, they
can't
can.
see it 'cause
Here's
it's not
yes.
on-
Here's okay. Here's okay.
The moon.
Yes, I know. It went away.
No,
I
they
never saw it to begin with.
don't. They're not on the new UI, so they don't see the circle measurement.
Yes, here. Hang on. Yes, I know. Hang on. I'm gonna draw it.
Draw a circle.
Yeah.
Those
Okay.
spaces.
Okay, and then I disengage.
Yeah.
Okay, let me. No, that's still within range.
All right. Whose turn is
That
it?
is still within range.
Of the 10 feet?
No, not of that. Of its attack.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine. I want to
Okay.
get out of the burr.
Burr.
Corvus, it is now your turn.
Run, Corvus,
Get
run.
Flanking.
Sorry.
I
Not
mean,
your fault.
Cheese can drop the concentration at any point in time.
Hit and run. Or just throw.
Okay. And extends the changing 15, 20, 25. Because I don't have advantage, I'm going to miss all 3 shots.
If you want me to drop it, just tell me.
Corvus is
Richard, whatever happened to being more optimistic?
I know my roles.
You got this.
Hey, look, 20.
You got this.
Bro, look
Okay,
at that.
that hits. Hey, what type of bonus damage does your dagger do again?
I kick.
Psychic. Okay. So, well, it only takes the first part,
Yeah, I know.
but
I
that
figured.
still slaughters it as you take the golden dagger and you cleave deep into
I aim
it.
for
and-
whatever I think is a throat.
So you cleave deep where all the chains seem to have kind of like disappeared, and you find purchase against one. That one chain snaps, and the entire thing begins to glow as it falls to the ground. And before it even hits the ground, the chains have all evaporated into nothing. It is gone entirely.
Alright, so I'm gonna take my 1d4 of damage.
Also, Shadow, I never got a response in the other chat.
Yes. Hang on. I'm deleting all of my
You're fine.
drawings, my accent.
Your little notes. Sorry. I'll have to
No, it's okay.
update it.
I don't.
It's not because of you.
Hey, Jonathan.
So as a,
It's not your fault.
we
that
should
happened,
stay in
I don't
initiative
care.
until the thing is resolved.
Yeah.
Yes. So Lessla,
Yes.
take your bleed.
I. Oh, there we go. Okay, 3 damage.
Okay. And now I assume you're going to heal yourself.
And now I'm going to Wither and Bloom on myself, yeah.
Okay.
This beautiful wheat
Do you
field.
hit
Let's
anyone
go.
else with
Yeah, that is kind of the thing. The
You
entire.
can only heal one, you
the-
can only heal one person.
I can only heal one person with it,
Wait,
so.
it's gonna just die.
Yeah, so the wheat around me just dies. This is why I said I could the
Withers and die.
Wow.
Oh my god.
as
I'm just imagining the fucking bloodbender old lady.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
she,
exactly what it
sucks it out.
does.
I'm pretty sure her name was
That's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it should be +4 because it's
So heal yourself, Lessla, and you will stop taking damage.
God, why is Roll20 chat so slow?
Intelligence.
It's plus my intelligence. Oh, I full heal, so or got full, so 10 heal. As the life is sapped away from the wheat.
Yeah, it all just withers and dies and turns to like just crumple. Basically, turns to ash essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Within 10 feet of you, I think.
Yes, it's a 10-foot radius. So let me measure. Let me measure that out, and you can.
Don't need to. You don't need to.
Nobody's near you. You're fine.
Well, no. It's I choose who takes damage from it. It's just I'm showing Shadow how much wheat dies. That's actually a lot.
Yes, I'm aware.
All right.
So you're healed. You stop taking the bleed damage. Cheese.
Hello.
Take your bleed damage.
Okay. Let me roll a handy dandy d4. That is 2.
And then, do you
Going to-
want to heal yourself or heal Venali?
Oh,
For
and make a
my
medicine.
action. Yeah, for my action, I was going to make a survival check on myself. To see
Okay.
if I can stop the bleed.
Go ahead.
And that is a 12.
That it succeeds. You do stop the bleed.
Alrighty, and
Good
I'm
call.
going to reach up my hand and say a string of words and Sylvan and cast Healing Word on Venali
Okay.
at first level. So he heals for 8.
Did we roll max
Excellent.
healing on both
And
healing
with
spells?
That, I can end initiative because no one is going to continue taking bleed.
We did. We rolled max healing on both healing spells.
Of course we'll sheath both. Throwing dagger
Both
is both
daggers.
ways. Yep, dagger in its bag.
Yeah. Cheese will kind of join back with the group. She's breathing heavily and a
Bad
little
was
bit.
cheese action. How bad was cheese action?
Do I have my hand of Shadow?
On a
Yeah, just-
scale of 0 to 21, she's at about an 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's just walk up the cheese.
Yeah, he would have done that. He would have done that already.
Mhm.
Alright, cool, thank you. some honey later.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese is going to look around at everyone. How rough is Lessla? How rough are Lessla and Venali looking?
On a scale of...
Venali's still at like a...
On a scale of 1 to max health, you're
On
at
a scale of 1 to 19, I'm at a 14.
Okay.
Venali is at a 14 on a scale of 1 to 31.
Oh god, gee. I always forget how well that man rolls for health.
He really does. I've watched him do it every time as well. It's
Corvus walks up to Cheese, just puts a hand on her, and you heal 10 hit points.
Holy shit!
Oh, right, you have that.
I have that.
He has
What is that?
Magic Initiate Druid.
Mustang.
Oh,
Took Druid Initiate.
yeah, Druid
Oh,
Initiate.
I can-
yeah.
I can cure wounds once a day.
Once a day.
That's right.
As you said, Corvus put his hand on. Wait, what?
I think you just put it on like a shoulder.
Okay. Corvus will place, fuck. Cheese will place her hand over Corvus's. I'm fine, guys.
We're not. We don't have disassociated identity, Dice Sorter. We're not all one person in a trench coat.
I wouldn't share a trench coat with you.
Sometimes I'm not so sure.
I wouldn't trust you guys in my trench coat.
Well, too bad.
I
We're all.
Trust. I wouldn't trust Rek.
That's a mistake.
Why am I the one you don't trust?
I share a brain cell alarmingly a lot with Phoenix,
Anyway,
but still, that says nothing about us. That being one person in a trench coat.
You and Marin do a lot
Cheese.
too.
That's, you know, that says nothing about us being a person in a trench coat.
We've already established what I am, but Cheese will put her hand over Corvus's and give him a very thankful nod. As she feels quite revitalized.
I'm gonna turn to our friend over here and ask him, how are you doing? In Sylvan, of course.
He's shaking actually pretty good, but thing is gone.
Yes. While they're doing that, Lessla is looking over the remains of the chain golem.
There are none.
There are none. It disappeared completely.
You know, the chains, as once the chains were, whenever they were cut from it, it turned molten and evaporated.
Hmm.
So the entire thing is gone.
Damn it! I was hoping to get like a note of
There's
ownership.
The weed around here is singed pretty good, but
Oh, there goes trying to find a note of ownership so we can bind that demon.
you're cutting out really bad for me.
yeah, I was wondering if that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay, you were back for a sec.
No, I'm not.
No.
There we go.
No, I'm not.
There we go. I'm back now.
Just,
Oh no, I'm
You sounded
not.
so sad and so depressed. You were like, no, I'm not.
Okay, I think we're good now. I was hoping to find like a note of ownership or like a sigil or something, but that's out the
No,
question.
there's nothing there.
Yeah. No binding demons on this day.
If lost, please return to Thousand Girl on the second level of the City of Bliss.
Exactly.
But yeah, anyway, I was asking our friend how they were doing, and they were starting to talk.
That's all I said. Was gone.
Yes. Alright, now that that thing is gone, let's go find the kid and get him some food and get him home.
Nods, and it leads you all over to this portal.
This boy, is he in the well?
Boy's here. I just forgot to put him on the map.
Alright, but he can die, Shadow. He has hit points.
I know. I forgot to put him on the map.
I just imagine Corvus just whistles to Boy and he comes out of the well.
Would Boy have done anything after it did the whole spikes everywhere?
Corvus would have told him to.
Boy wouldn't have. No, Boy wouldn't have been able to damage it at all.
Oh, poor Boy.
Poor Boy.
No, Corvus would have told him because he doesn't know nothing to do, so he was gonna tell Boy to
hide in the well.
if needed be.
So he is hiding in the well.
Boy. Need Boy right now.
Yes, I'm getting his token. Where is his token? There he is.
Just give him me so I can create a token.
Yes,
I
just
know. I need to.
Actually-
I also like control over him, please.
also just give us the ability to create character sheets. That'll make your life so much easier when we have like things that we can summon and shit.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know why that's not on here. It should be. No, it should. It should be on here. I don't know why it's not.
Boy.
I've experienced something exciting.
Hey. Okay.
Who touched
Cheese,
me
after the combat is
unconsensually?
over, will approach. I did.
No,
She's
no.
actually going to put her hand on Lesla's shoulder.
Sorry, I was saying because Shadow moved my token. Anyway, but yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, Cheese was going to put her hand on Lesla's shoulder and kind of give her a quick like looking her up and down, making her sure that she is okay.
Lessla, whose clothes are now torn once more.
I'll cast Mending.
That takes a minute, so when you go to do that, Lessla will wave you off and says, "At a later time, do not fuss over me."
We're losing you again, Rek.
How about now?
Dying.
No.
It will only take a
Yes.
minute.
No,
There
you're
we go.
there.
Lessla.
Don't.
Once again, Lessla just waves you off and says, "Don't fuss over me."
You fucker.
You fucker, get away from me. It's probably a delay, not actually breaking up.
Don't fuss. I heard don't fuss over Ray.
Yeah.
Well, I heard don't fuss over Ray.
But do you all go through the portal to
I-
the Feywild?
I do. Corvus wants to experience
I
this.
also do.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you all move through the portal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cheese goes in, but for a moment she hesitates.
So, the area around you is completely dark. This is darkness.
Um,
Darkness.
But
Magic dark.
before we
Yes.
fully get over, I'm gonna roll an insight check because I'm next to Cheese.
So I'm gonna. Okay, but I will say this is not magical darkness. It is just darkness.
Okay.
All right,
so I can see.
I'm gonna assume that lets me see your hesitancy, and Lesla's going to grab your sleeve.
Definitely. Yeah. Cheese will nod in thanks of the gesture. Yeah.
So yeah, all of you entering in here, it is dark. The only exception being these little motes here. These do glow and do brighten enough to dim light in that area. Cheese. This is
Yeah.
very much a darker part of the Feywild. Things feel off.
Was it the same offness that I felt in the previous forest, or is this a completely different sort of
This
off?
is a very different type of off.
Okay.
This is This is the unseelie.
We're in the
Fun.
domain of the unseen chord.
He
And she's
Your friend
Go
here
for it.
nods. Dark, hidden, safe.
Has the court offered you refuge?
Shakes his head.
Probably move quickly then.
And
Cheese
before
will
continuing
go for it.
forward,
Sorry.
before continuing forward, look very pointedly at you. They hate. Yeah, and he's
Was it-
gesturing
he-
to himself as he says that.
Sapphire does frown at that because he seems very spooked by these little minor episodes of Infernal.
And he before taking notice, he does kind of gesture you to around behind this tree. Before taking another step, he does he just points you over there and takes actually a step back.
Okay, I'm gonna take. So Sapphire is gonna take out some rations because this kid is more than likely hungry, and she will. He moved away, didn't he?
Yeah, he's back over here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get down to like on my knees and be like, hey, it's okay. Your parents asked for us to find you. And she's
Roll
gonna
me.
she's gonna go.
a-
She's gonna stay here and like hold out the food towards him.
Roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Of course, yeah. But did my friend do what I asked? Or,
You
can I also say
You
my
can
friend,
see a familiar little glimmer there.
Yeah. My friend probably told you we were coming as well. Don't worry, we're not gonna hurt you.
So it will not be a disadvantage.
I did not mean to have the. Okay, not a disadvantage. I did
The-
not mean. I forgot
yeah,
my.
it'll be the
past
first one, the 19. So that's
I
okay.
I forgot my pass without a trace was still checked. So.
It's good enough. The kid rather shakingly. You can see he's got like a nice little actually camp set up behind this tree. This tree, as thorny and thistly as it is, has an area kind of held out for him, where he can kind of hide himself. And there's some snacks and food and a little doll there.
Oh. But yeah, I'm not moving any closer. I'm gonna let him come closer to me and just I'm holding out the food. And I'm on my knees. Yeah.
He does come closer. Can I finally go home now?
Yeah, it's safe for you to go home.
Okay. And he comes forward and like
I will hold out my hand if he wants to hold my hand for like extra protection.
he very hesitantly does, but he does take it.
Gentle, reassuring squeeze. As let's just like gently, slowly. I'm letting the kid kind of like lead the way more than me pulling him along.
Yeah, as you've been doing that, your friend, he goes and he slips back through the portal while you're all doing this.
Yeah, I will walk with the kid back to the portal. If
Yep,
he needs me to lead him to the portal, I will.
He will. He doesn't know where it is.
Yeah, I will take lead, but once we get back, I'll let him like lead the way to his house.
Yeah. As you're doing that, though, he looks up at you. It's hard to see in just how dark it is. Well, not for you, but for everyone else. Is Mr. Thorne gonna be okay?
Sapphire looks back, sees that he's gone. Well, the creature that was chasing him isn't going to be able to chase him any longer, so at least for the time being, he should be okay.
Kid nods a little. He doesn't look very old. He looks maybe 5.
Yeah. Boy, am I glad I'm not covered in blood.
Mm-hmm.
3 of the party members?
Yeah, several of you are.
Look, if I had any blood on me, I was ready to do disguise self on myself.
It's
Just be
covered.
like, no blood.
I can help with that. Boy, go help the others get not covered in blood.
No. Bold of you to assume I don't prestidigitate myself every time I get covered in blood.
As he like tears off pieces of clothing to get the first of blood.
Please don't. My clothes are already torn. I don't need to be naked. Please don't. My clothes are already torn. I don't need to be naked. God damn it. Stop making licking sounds.
It's a very rough tongue.
That's what every
I'm very aware of how Drake tongues feel.
It's definitely not a dog.
Okay.
It's like
You're
a dragon
saying that
tongue.
like you know personally. Like it's not the character talk. It's Requiem.
Like I know how lizard tongues feel. Okay?
That's fair.
Oh, I think my headset died. Give me a sec.
Cheese, before the group leaves the Feywild, is just kind of like awestruck by everything. Like she's You said that there are these like little glowing motes.
Yeah.
What?
Even though the area is there's still a beauty to it. And you would be aware of this. The Unseelie, yes, it's oftentimes classified as the good and the evil courts. That's not entirely correct. There are good in the Unseelie and evil in the Seelie. It is their senses of beauty that differ. The Seelie is
It's more order versus chaos.
traditional beauty. No.
Okay.
They're both very chaotic in their function. The Seelie is beautiful and resplendent. The Unseelie is meant to be everything contrary to the Seelie core. It is meant to be a mockery and a twisted version of it.
Spite.
To exist only, yeah, exactly. To exist only to spite the Seelie core.
You've got
One
the
loves
secret
a
court
meadow,
and the
but if
spite
one
court.
loves a meadow full of flowers, the other might find beauty in a cemetery full of mushrooms.
Or a bramble
Yeah.
forest.
Very accurate.
Oh yeah, no. Be very true.
Yeah, before Cheese leaves the Feywild, she's like holding her hands out to the little moats and just enraptured by it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you
and
hold
it
your
will
hands out to them,
probably-
they kind of float around and mold around them. They like make a hole. Like you really can't get with more than an inch, within an inch of them before they mold around.
Yeah. She's just letting them do as they will.
Lessla
After-
will wait for you.
Probably. Okay. She's definitely there for a few minutes, and it might take. You can see her realize how much time it's been, and then look back at the portal. And she looks to Lessla for a moment, and just kind of takes her hand back and walks through the portal.
Everyone cast Disguise Self now. They still look 20 years older. Go.
So actually, when you do come out, it is daytime.
Yeah, timey-wimey stuff.
Sapphire's thinking, I already know.
Oh, wait.
I've learned-
Where's Prince right now?
Prince,
Oh, yeah.
Prince went and perched on the roof the instant you
Okay.
guys started running. He's not hanging
Okay.
around.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's like, I don't run.
I fly.
I don't even fly fast.
My wings don't work properly due to the fact that I am a hairless cat. I have less drag though, so I fly much faster.
But do I wish to fly?
You know, we have so many animals. It's a
I just want peasants.
it is a menagerie. We have God
well, Prince
fucker.
might not be lasting much longer. Prince might not be lasting much longer. Might be returning Prince. Not doing his job. Or he might just he might never come
What is
back.
it?
He did
The Prince?
Yeah.
We
When you come out, Prince is sitting on the roof right over there. He's just been watching the whole time. He's asleep.
Okay.
we have a Tressum, a guard drake, a raven now, not a crow, raven,
Not a Drake, the ambush Drake.
ambush drake, yes, an ambush drake, and a pseudo dragon. We have quite the menagerie.
I think we have multiple animals because Cheese can turn into almost any animal.
Oh yes,
Yeah, Cheese can turn into basically any animal she sees.
I love that.
I mean-
I love that stipulation.
I need to
Yeah.
find a carrier pigeon too, so I can send messages to Jasper like, hey.
A falcon. They're pretty cool.
That's true. Some sort of messenger
Anyway,
bird. Yes.
Corvus after leaving, blinking a few times because he's just blinded by sunlight. He wasn't expecting.
Same with
And
Sapphire's like, okay,
Also, you went from I can kind of see, and Corvus went from I can't see.
that's true.
It's like walking from a dark room to someone turning on the light.
so here,
It's like turning on day mode.
so here's a question: how much time passes while Cheese and Lessla are in there by themselves?
You all come out at roughly the same time as the odd thing.
Interesting.
It's
So I
just
say,
daytime now.
Corvus steps up, not next to the child. Well, he doesn't. I think he's not. I don't think Corvus is scared of children. So he walks next to the child, looks to Sapphire, nods, and just house.
Corvus isn't scared of children, he's scared of women. There's a difference.
Oh, no, he's scared of people. Children are little too young to be
Discriminate against
terrified.
people.
Of
Alright,
course,
but-
concerned, a woman can stab him just as good as a man can stab him.
Fair enough. Also, your forlorn friend, he is still there. He seems to have been waiting for you for a bit.
Sapphire will smile at him.
He doesn't seem to be enjoying the sun, like he's shielding his eyes from it.
Mhm.
But he has just sat down in the wheat field.
Cheese will approach him, and she will kind of move her cloak in a way to where it's blocking the sun, so he might have a little bit more comfort.
I'm gonna turn to the kid and ask, do you want to say goodbye to him? I don't know when you will be able to see him next.
The kid nods. But
And
I
I
will
will-
say he is sat in such a way to where the kid would not be able to see him in the wheat. So whether you want to let the kid do that is up to you.
I will lead the kid to Mr. Thorn because, you know, he was worried about him. So, just to say goodbye, but I'm not leaving the kid's side. And if something, God's forbid, happens, Sapphire can, like, kind of move in between the two.
Okay. So Cheese, you kind of drape the cloak over him, and he nods to you, acknowledging you there. But before anything else happens, there's a tap on his shoulder from the little 5-year-old, which startles him at first, and then even more so when he sees who it is. And the kid just waves at him. Thank you for showing me your home. I think I need to go home now. Mommy and Daddy are gonna be worried about me. I had a good time though.
If anything needs translated, I will do so. Because I don't know
He
if this is Elven or Sylvan.
he doesn't seem to get it, but he nods.
Sapphire will translate.
He can tell the smile,
Okay.
but the words itself he doesn't seem to actually get. But the intent is
Dinner.
Got it.
and I'm assuming you're gonna take the kid back.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're taking him back.
me and Corvus will.
Okay.
I'd say Corvus attempt a good will, just serious whistles, and the Drake will try to lift the kid up on its back.
I'm still holding the kid's hand.
Oh, it's
Dinosaur
easily
ride!
able to do that. It's easily able to do that. While Sapphire still holds his hand,
Shit, because I fell off now.
you're able to take him back without issue. Before we get to that though, Cheese, you're there with the Vorlaren.
Yes.
Did you want to have a conversation with him, or no?
Cheese did want to have a few words with him. After kind of shielding him with her cloak, she will say, "You were very courageous to face it, and we're most appreciative of your kindness."
You keep word. I help.
Cheese will nod and offer a slight bow.
You only
There-
understand like half of what it's saying.
Yeah. There was something else that you did. You brought me to the Feywild for the first time. And for that, I am most grateful.
It just nods. It doesn't seem to quite understand.
She will cast Druidcraft and make a small sprig of forget-me-nots bloom out of her hand, and she will offer it to him. She's going to place it on the ground and then push it towards him.
He will very gingerly pick it up, look it over. Not quite sure what he's supposed to do with it.
He's adorable. I want him.
She's said that it was an offering, but she's not sure if he understood it or not. And whenever she's speaking to him, she is speaking in Sylvan. I should have specified that earlier.
Yeah. No, I figured as much.
Yeah.
He kind of runs his finger over one of the very sharp, thorny tips of his fingers over like some of the petals. I will say, even though it is bright shadow, his entire countenance is still shrouded in shadow, even though it's bright light outside. It just seems to be a feature of what he is.
Yeah.
Which you can guess, probably not something you want people to be out and about seeing in broad daylight.
Cheese will then bend down, still kind of keeping her cloak over him. I don't know how much you can understand, but you must hide now. Go north to the high forest. There's a grove there that is mine. You will find safety. I wish you luck. Does he respond at all?
He's kind of still looking at the flowers.
Keep them. And she will kind of make a motion to hold, like, close to her chest.
He nods and does so. He kind of looks. There are some thorns there. He kind of like loosely hangs them from some of the thorns that are there.
Oh.
So just sort of hanging on his chest.
We must
It doesn't
go
look
now.
like it's very stable there, but it's there.
Yeah. We must leave. Yeah.
He takes a minute, like he's really thinking, and points to you. Faye? And that was entirely in Sylvan.
Cheese will pause. I suppose I am. Oh, goodness. And she will very hesitantly say, not really.
No, Faye. Home.
Cheese will. Oh God, can I insight check this to glean the proper meaning of this? Because it could go one of
Yes.
two ways.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Let me roll that. That is a 10.
That's enough. He doesn't seem to be asking so much about you, but where you're sending him.
A
There are
safe
Fae
grotto
there.
in. Yeah. There are, but show them that, and they will know you are with me. Pixies and small folk.
You say that, he looks down at the the wreath you've made him, like picks it up, hands it back to you. Small folk hurt. I danger.
I wish I could help you. Truly I do. There is maybe one, but I'm not sure how much help he would be. Or, in truth, if you could even get there.
Hide here. Stay. Not leave again.
Cheese will nod.
Then hide well, friend.
Gates closed. He points behind to where the portal was. It is no longer blowing across the. That unnatural breeze is no longer blowing across the wheat.
Hmm.
You have a feeling like maybe it's only at night. For the Unseelie, that would make sense.
Hmm. Stay hidden until nightfall. It will return.
He nods.
We must go now. If we see you again, I can only hope it is under good circumstances.
He's still holding out the forget-me-nots as well, and as you start to leave, he does like gesture them forward to you. Not need. Friends, not need. See. I not go. And he tries to hand it back to you.
Cheese will nod and take it back.
I meant no offense.
You can roll an insight on that again if you want.
I'll go ahead and do that. That's much better. That's a 22.
Okay. He's not so much saying he doesn't want it or that he doesn't like it. You told them to show it to your friends. He's not going there, so he doesn't need it. Seems to think that was the purpose of it.
Okay. Cheese will then say,
Keep it as memory of the day you overcame your fear.
He looks down at it, looks at you. Gift.
No, not a gift, an offering. Something well
Offering.
deserved.
He seems very confused and looks over it a few times, flips it over. About how big is this, by the way, like in diameter?
Since it's druid craft, it's not very large. It is just like a
Like a necklace or
a
bracelet?
yeah, it's bracelet size little circle of forget-me-nots.
Okay. He takes it and drops it down over one of his thorny horns and just leaves it
No.
I
there.
love him. I love him.
Cheese will give him a very big smile.
I want to adopt him.
And Cheese will say with complete genuine kindness in her voice,
Beautiful.
Roll me persuasion out here just for the heck of it.
alrighty. Ah, 6.
I was about to
Okay.
say this guy has a crush on you now.
Okay.
Oh, damn it, I want to continue the cheese harem.
The harem of none so far.
Are you
Getting
kidding
Corvus
me?
slowly on her side.
I've got 2.
She's getting
Which-
a bit.
Anyway, not important. He takes it, and he doesn't really see anywhere to go right now. You're kind of in the middle of an open field, and then there's some houses. He's not really sure where he can hide.
You can direct him to the barn that no longer has chains on it.
Cheese will do so.
Okay.
There, that barn, it's
It
empty.
was very abandoned.
Yeah, okay, so
Just
you're
left
able
on
to
your head.
walk. So here, the only issue with that, it's across the middle of the street. There are people walking by right now.
How far away is it?
Like, people are starting to come out.
Oh, I don't have a second level spell.
Oh,
Fuck.
goodness.
Oh, it's quite far away. It's too far for that spell to work.
Well, I don't have
It's
a
a
second
few
level
hundred
spell
feet.
slot anyway.
Yeah.
Could, if I really wanted to, pass without a trace.
It's centered on you, though.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can still
You could,
guide him
you could
there.
run with him.
There
Alright,
there are some tree lines in the
Undercliff.
undercliff.
There are like some individual trees, but they're further away from that. They're closer towards the city itself.
Yeah, Cheese will just cast Pass Without a Trace centered on herself, so she can take him across with minimal eyes.
Okay. Okay.
And he's wearing the cloak, so that should help.
Mm.
Do you take off
I
the
am-
cloak and let him wear it, or do you keep
No,
it on?
I'm not. I'm keeping the cloak on. I've just been like shielding him
Okay.
from the sunlight. So that is a stealth check plus 10, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Which for him is actually decent.
Is that on top of my standard modifier, or is it just 10?
Yes.
It's on
On
top
top.
of my modifier.
It's a
I'm
initiative.
gonna tell you, you cannot
Okay.
fail the check.
Yeah. On top of that, that's a 28 from me. Anyway.
Yeah. You're trying to basically evade a peasant's passive perception. You cannot fail. Neither of you can.
Yeah. She guides him across, and she cracks open the door of the barn.
You'll be safe here until nightfall.
He nods. This goodbye. It seems
Is
to
he
be more of a
saying, "Is this
question.
goodbye"?
Yeah, it's more of a question, like, or than a statement.
Until such time as we meet again? Yes.
Tonight, I hide. Not come back here.
That would be wise. Though I will miss you, and I hope to see you again.
Miss.
Longing.
My heart.
Longing. That doesn't seem to be, neither of those seem to be words he understands.
You want something that you once had.
Miss you.
Cheese will offer. If he will let her, she will give him a very gentle and very careful little kiss to the forehead before she leaves.
He doesn't stop you.
Too cute. Too wholesome.
He seems
she'll do-
mostly confused by the gesture. He's not sure what it means.
Goodbye.
And with that, she will leave.
Mm-hmm. He nods and shuts the door, but takes a last look out at the sun. You know you're not supposed to look directly at the sun, but he does, even though he shields his eyes.
No.
Just looking at it once before he closes the door.
No.
And, Cheese, I need you to roll me a perception check.
What noi?
Perception to
That is a
perception to
25.
see smile.
That is exactly enough. As he closes the door, you see hover enough of it, just in front of it for just a moment, a barely perceptible glow hovering in front of the door. You recognize the glow. You've seen it before. You saw it in your vision that you had, where you received those moon drops. The tears of Selena. Or, no, what were they called?
They were called the
Yeah, the
Something.
Tears of Selena.
Okay. Because I know that's also the name of this of the shards
Or
that trail
Essence
behind
of
the moon.
Selena.
Yes.
It's the
Essence,
essence
yes,
of
there we
Selena in
go.
a small bottle. And Cheese, for the first time ever, in soft Sylvan, will offer a prayer and say, "Please protect him."
As you offer the prayer, you begin to feel this. So where do you keep the essence right now?
I have it tied onto my druid staff.
It's beginning to glow.
Cheese will hold it like in 2 fingers and turn it around.
So
and she
looking
will
inside of it, you actually see the essence is pushed up against one side of the vial.
Is it attracted towards the inside of the barn?
Towards the barn, yes.
Yeah. Oh. Cheese will just put her ear up to the barn to listen to what's going on.
So as you start moving closer, the drop, it does stop doing that as you move closer.
Okay. Okay, but once it stops, Cheese will just give a small smile and whisper, "Thank you," and then begin to rejoin the others.
As you start to leave, it does the same thing again.
Oh goodness, what do you want?
Try putting the vial
You
up
don't
to
get
the
a
nose.
response from the essence of it.
You know, you could
Roll
try.
insight against the essence.
You could try and put the.
It doesn't spill out.
God damn it!
Sorry.
I was gonna suggest you could try putting the essence to the mote of light.
Yeah,
It's
Cheese
just
is
barely
gonna...
perceptible, like it's something that, it's almost like an illusion, like a mirage.
Okay. Cheese is just gonna uncork the little bottle and see what happens.
It doesn't go out, but it still exhibits the same behavior, like it is pulling in that direction.
Cheese will slowly, awkwardly, hot-cold her way towards...
So, you get all the way up to the door. As you move, it stops. Whenever you stop, it does the same thing.
This little vial is being a piece of shit.
I don't understand this.
It doesn't answer you. I don't know what you want.
Insight against
know.
the essence. Let's go.
You can insight it. It won't give you anything.
I just look.
Cheese is just gonna squint at the bottle
Do you want me to stay? Okay, I am going to go about the rest of my day, and if you keep doing this, then I'll return. Does that sound like a reasonable plan? She says, staring
It
at...
doesn't respond to you. It's still doing the exact same behavior.
As in, still, like, being attracted towards the door?
Yes, towards that general direction.
Cheese will just continue to follow it. What the fuck? What the... Whatever.
Okay.
Does it want her to go, like, inside?
You get all the way up to the door and stop, and it does the same thing.
As in, it's just, like, still pulling?
Yes.
Cheese will knock on the barn door. So
You
I'm
knock
back!
on the barn... You knock on the barn door, there is no response.
May I come in?
There's no response.
I'm going to come in.
And she will carefully creak it open.
Oh, he's probably asleep.
You see him, like... with your passive perception, you see him, like, just barely peeking out from behind some farming equipment.
Oh,
Like, old, that's got some cobwebs on it. It looks like this barn has not been used in some time.
I'm looking for something else. Don't worry, you're fine.
And Cheese will just continue to follow the...
I imagine you close the door behind you.
It's moving
Yeah, I
right
do. I
at
close
him.
the door behind.
It is moving right at him, Cheese.
Okay, I am going to approach, and I'm just going to hold it out to him.
As
Do
you
you
hold it out to
recognize-
him, it stops doing anything.
Do you-
Frustrating noises.
Do you recognize this at all?
He looks at it a few times. Strange water.
It's called the essence of Seluna.
Seluna.
She's a goddess of this realm. One of the moon.
He nods, but doesn't respond, just kind of looks at it.
Cheese is going to move the vial away again. Does it continue to move back towards him?
Yes.
Cheese will take the vial off of her staff and just set it by him.
Okay.
Does it
It's
react
not
in any
doing-
way, or...
It
Okay.
stopped reacting once you've done that.
Oh, Cheese really doesn't want to leave it behind, but...
Just constant cheese frustrated noises.
Cheese looks up at nothing in particular and just says,
I really hope this is what you're wanting me to do.
and then Cheese will push it towards him a little bit.
You do that, and it starts tugging back towards you.
What in seven hells?
9 hells.
If I'm meant to be your god, 9 hells, I don't care how many there are. Mysterious voices in my head.
Stay with him, apparently, I guess, is, I think, what the essence is trying
Would
to
you like
tell
for me to stay here until nightfall?
I mean, it stopped reacting as soon as you moved closer.
She's asking him.
Danger. Not good. Seems
I think
very
we'll be
nervous at the prospect.
I think we'll be just fine until nightfall.
Roll persuasion
Alright.
with advantage.
Oh, then let me just roll
That's
it again.
good enough. Doesn't matter. Let's
Okay.
see. Well, we'll see. You're rolling at 20. We'll
I'll
see.
crit fish. I'll see what's going on.
Nope.
Nope.
Almost the wrong
He-
kind of crit.
He nods and just kind of sits back behind the piece of farming equipment. The
Okay.
the essence itself seems to have stopped reacting
Ah, I
entirely
see.
now that you're here.
Mm.
God, and there's no way for her to send a message.
I mean, Lessla and Venali did see you go over there.
Okay, Cheese is going to crack open the door and wave at Lessla.
Okay, I guess I'll.
Yeah, Lessla, you watched this whole ordeal from the other side of the road.
Lessla will make her way over, seeing.
Silently watching Cheese basically yell at her staff, and then get closer and closer and finally go in the barn.
Yeah. Lessla will approach
You watched
Cheese.
the entire Cheese.
I did watch the entire
thought
thing.
process.
And Lessla will approach and says, "Is something wrong?"
I wouldn't say wrong. I'm just confused about a lot of things. But I'm going to stay here until nightfall and then guide him back to the portal. Is that okay?
Why were you shouting at your staff?
Cheese will.
I think it's something that has to do with the Lady of Silver.
Which is a title of Saluna.
Mm-hmm.
I really,
you
I
know
don't
about
know.
what
I'm very
Cheese got,
confused.
correct?
I
don't
can't.
think Cheese ever specifically showed her the essence of Saluna, but she
Okay.
did make known to Lessla stuff that she is in fact in contact with Saluna now.
Yes, I am aware that. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I don't think I'm aware of what the essence of Saluna is. That being said, Cheese has had it on her staff the entire fucking time.
Yes. You might not know that's what it is, but it's very clearly something magical.
Yeah, it probably procs whenever I do detect magic. I'm like,
Yes.
Does it have anything to do with that liquid that's been on your staff since we got back from? God, I can't even remember what the town is called now. It's been so long.
Rivers Crossing.
Rivers Crossing.
Rivers Crossing.
Yes. It is called the essence of Saluna.
That would be a
It was
religion
guiding.
check.
Yeah. Well, I'm not good at religion, but we'll see how this goes.
It was guiding me to stay with him, I think. Probably. I'm not
Oh.
sure.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, okay. So you know exactly what that is.
Mm-hmm.
That is prized very highly by Selenites. Her people. They believe it actually is like a... not so much her blood, but her essence, her holy essence. It only appears when she has manifested herself in some way. That way is usually through something called a moon mote, which are kind of similar to Will-o'-the-Wisps, except they are her manifestation to guide someone.
And this essence guided you to him, or?
Yes. I think it's really confusing.
With that role, would I know of anything of like the side effects of, say, consuming the essence?
You don't know. No one's ever tried. Consuming essence related to the divine usually does not go over well for people.
Well, Cheese has
For-
a bad habit of putting things into her mouth.
For people.
And in general, to take control of artifacts of the divine without their wish or against their will. Did we just lose somebody?
I think that was
We got him back.
Sapphire.
Oh, okay. Yeah. To take control of divine essence or divine artifacts when you are not ready against the will of the divine in question or improperly usually does have very disastrous results. Yes. That you don't need to roll for. There are many examples of it. Just going around with magic outside of your own knowledge can have very similar results.
Yeah,
The
but that's
divine-
kind of the wheelhouse
divine,
of a
there's a-
wizard.
Yeah, the divine can. The divine usually. It can be just as bad, but there's a guiding force behind it, so there's a sense of irony, which is almost worse.
Mm-hmm. Well, far be it from me to suggest something outrageous, but what if he consumes a small amount of it?
What?
Well, the essence is guiding you to him.
It's also inherently... Well, I wouldn't say inherently. In a way, it is also still connected to me. It pulls.
The temptation to make a pun.
Is it still on the ground right now, Cheese, or have you picked it up?
Yeah, I placed it in front of our friend.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Cheese, you hear a small little rattling sound as you see the vial actually rolling across the barn towards the door.
See, just like that.
Lessla looks and sees that and says this. That is quite odd.
I thought I knew something about magic, but apparently I really don't.
Magic is all sorts of things, really.
And up until this point, I've never had a connection to the divine. This is really odd.
Would you say it ebbs and flows like the moon?
Not necessarily that it ebbs and flows, but more so that it changes.
It's still rolling
It isn't
towards
like-
the door.
I pick it up.
So now, instead of just, before it was just pushing it aside, now it is full on, the vial is, like, rigid in that direction as you pick it up. Like, it is, like, gravity is pulling it in that direction, is what it looks like.
No, it's fine. And Cheese will just... I may or may not be back. Only the gods know. Cheese will continue to
So
follow
as-
the fucking vial.
So as you start to leave on your own, it starts to just spin in midair instead.
Do I see... Does Cheese still see
You
the
can
mode of
very
light?
clearly see this.
Yeah, but...
No, you do not.
Okay, I don't, but does Cheese still see it?
Cheese, yes, you can see the mode of light is surrounding your Fae friend.
Oh, God.
What?
Am I... What?
Right now, it's still just spinning.
Gods.
And Cheese will clip it back onto her staff.
It is now
She
spinning
doesn't
around.
know what
It is
to
now
do.
spinning on your staff.
Where do you want
Like
me
how-
to go?
Lessla...
At Cheese, you asked that. It points dead at the door, then spins around a few more times, points back at your friend, and then starts spinning again.
Oh, gods.
y-
Yes, my Lady Silverster.
What do you know what this, and she's gonna use air quotes, essence is pointing to?
I have no clue. Something around the barn. Maybe. I don't
You
know.
say
I'm
that,
going to look
it
around,
stops
see
and
nothing, be
points
like,
it
do you see
directly at
anything? My
the
headset
flare.
died. Give me 1 sec. Do you see anything
Where did I...
that I don't see? Because I don't see
There's-
anything of interest here.
There's a little mote fluttering around our friend, and I think it wants me to stay towards him. But
As soon as you say that, it's the opposite direction, and then starts spinning again and points back at him.
oh, I know why it's confused. it's because of his fiendish nature. Wow, that makes a lot of sense. It wants me to go closer because it wants me to protect him, or it wants to go near him. But then it wants me to go away because he's...
Cheese, as soon as you say that, it starts spinning even more wildly.
I'm going to assume that's confirmation. Because
Stops
I don't know what
immediately.
else to think about.
It stops immediately.
We're playing charades with the glass vial. I hope you know that. Okay, how about this? Have it spin twice if it's a yes, but spin once if it's a no.
Did you hear her?
Cheese, it's now tugging directly at the door. Again.
Cheese is going to lead it towards the door.
It's still pulling that way.
She's going to continue letting it go towards the door.
We're dowsing rod with
Okay.
divine essence.
It's still pulling towards the door.
She's going to follow it.
Okay. You open it up, it stops, but you can faintly see a trail of these motes leading off into the distance. They are, again, like just faint mirages. But as you see them, it is now pulling back the other way.
My dear friend, do you think you'd be willing to follow me? Do you think you would be willing to follow me once more?
Outside.
I can shield you.
Nods.
I no longer have Pass Without a Trace, but I am going to
That's fine.
offer...
It does last for like an hour. Without concentration.
I feel like I would have dropped...
It's not concentration. I don't think it is.
Pass
Is it?
Without a Trace is concentration.
Oh, is it?
I'm looking at it right now.
I could have sworn it wasn't.
Yeah. I feel like at this point she would have definitely dropped conversation. Jeez, English is difficult.
Herzeberger.
Concentration. Because she got very confused by what the hell was going on. But yeah. She will instead offer her cloak to him for the time being. Just to... so he can shield his eyes, and then...
Okay. That's not going to shield him from everything else.
Yeah, I know. It's make him feel safe, and we'll make some stealth checks.
Okay.
I think I know the way to go. Follow along if you would like.
Was that to Lessla?
Here goes...
Yeah.
Alright.
Here goes, something.
He does follow you. He takes the cloak. He's kind of draped it over his head like a...
Aww.
Trying to, essentially he's trying to hide as much of himself as possible, which kind of leads to, you can see like the tattered clothes kind of from the waist below, and the very dark, shadowy skin beneath it, as well as the bare feet.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just a hand holding it over. You can clearly see there are horns pointing it up. And he's like looking out through a little hole in front of it, is essentially what's happening.
So he hasn't actually put it on, he's just draped it over himself?
He's kind of thrown it over like a kid with a bed sheet, yes.
Hold on, let me...
And she'll actually put it on him proper, so he understands.
Okay. So it now kind of has a hood that gets stuck on his horns, but
It's
you can
better than
kind of
it was.
yeah, you can kind of get it to where it sort of covers his face from the sun. Not really. He seems genuinely confused about what the point of this thing is.
It's you're meant to wear it. Oh,
And it billows as
Don't worry about it.
once you fully put it on, it does begin to billow in a breeze that is not there.
oh, All right.
Cheese is then going to let her hair down as her back would have been exposed for a moment. She didn't like that. And she is going to follow the moon motes and lead him in that direction.
So the moon motes are no longer there. The moon mote is around him, but the vial is coming in the direction.
And then I'm going to follow the vial.
Okay.
And Lessla
You
will
start-
follow along.
Walking, you get to the road, and it suddenly turns 90 degrees to the right, down the direction of the road.
Is it towards the city or away from the city?
In the general direction of the city, you know that it's not directly towards the city, but you know this road will eventually lead you towards the city. Yes.
This will take us to the city. Eventually. It might veer off beforehand, but just in case. Do you understand?
He seems very nervous, but does nod. Seems to
Cheese will
trust you.
then... Yeah, Cheese will lead the way. Continuing to follow the vial.
Okay. While you do that, we're gonna cut back to Corvus and Sapphire.
Wow, we've been playing hot and cold with a goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a child
So-
to return.
Corvus and Sapphire. You bring the child back to this home. He recognizes. He seems a lot happier, especially since getting to ride on the dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
He's a. I call him a dinosaur. It's like a little. I imagine the dragon. If he says
As far as the
dinosaur.
kid knows, this is either a dinosaur or a dragon, and dragons don't exist anymore.
Well, if he says dinosaur, then
Yeah.
the drake's gonna snort angrily.
Yeah.
Oh.
The kid hasn't said anything, but
Yeah,
He's
if-
just enjoying the
he
ride.
seems very happy.
Alright.
Yep, and Sapphire will knock on the door once we get to his house.
You knock on the door, and after moments, you open it, and it's the human woman again, who starts to greet you, stops as soon as she sees the kid, and just picks him up into a hug.
I of course let go of his hand, and I'm
Mhm.
smiling at the scene because this is heartwarming.
You hear some more noise from inside the house, and after a moment, the Shadarkai man you saw from before, he runs over as well and gives both of them just a big hug. They're like that for a good few minutes before he finally collects himself, remembering that you're still here.
Oh no, I'm letting him have that moment.
Mhm. Nonetheless, he does usher them inside and address both of you.
Mm-hmm. I assume we're directed to sit down where we were
Mhm.
before.
No, he's kind of still standing there in the door. That seems to have slipped his mind.
Okay.
I cannot begin to thank you both.
Sapphire just shakes her head. I'm just glad we were able to find him, safe and sound.
I know it's not much, but I can provide you with what we agreed to offer.
What exactly
Out
was
of
that?
character, what was on the notes?
Of course, didn't read it.
Sapphire probably would have if he.
No, he
It's-
kept it. He didn't show you it. He just told you.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
Never
it's
mind.
it's 15 gold. It's not a lot,
Of course,
but for
doesn't even
him,
look
that's probably a lot.
Yeah. Of course, doesn't
That-
even bring the piece of paper out of his bag. Just looks at the man, waves him off.
Yeah, Sapphire's gonna do the same.
Child is home
Like-
safe. That's all.
It's reward enough for us.
I have to do something for you. That's the reason why you came.
That one gets a good night's sleep, a warm meal.
Sapphire just shrugs. I was more concerned about the kid anyway.
Wait
glad
here
to
for a
know.
moment. And he walks back inside the house. You can hear him rummaging around through for a few things.
Eyebrow and like glances over at Sapphire.
I'm glancing over at Roof or Corvus.
Yeah.
Like, I appear.
T-posing in the background. Like, she sees me.
Corvus is replaced by a pasty white. Oh, wait.
What am I doing here?
I imagine Corvus is a little more tan because he spends all day outside.
Corvus is
No,
a
he
fair
would
bit
be.
tan. Corvus is a fair bit tan.
Corvus would have a bit of a tan, yes. But after a moment, he comes back and he, if you'll let him, will take your hand, Corvus, and place something into the palm of it.
Oh gee, I don't need.
It's not gold.
It's more persuasion check.
Can you just open it? I was looking at your palm. It's like, can you
He does let go of it, like leaving it there.
Corvus will turn his palm up.
So looking at it is it's a little medallion or coin. It's hard to tell. It is jet black, blacker than metal should be, and cold to the touch. Very cold. Has a symbol of a raven on it.
I know the basics of Shadir Kai. Can I
You do
infer
not know
anything
what the
from this?
symbol is.
Can I make a check to try and figure it
You
out?
would not be able to.
Would I be able to figure out what that metal is?
Sapphire, you can make a check to figure out what the symbol is.
Okay, what
It'd be a
check?
history check.
Okay, can I put guidance on myself?
I wouldn't say this in this case, no.
Right, making sure I'm on normal. Making
I
sure
just realized Corvus just got given an amulet with a raven on it.
So, Sapphire, you do recognize what this is.
Mm-hmm.
This is a symbol of the Shadarkai legions who followed Elminster when he had his battle with Shun the Seventh. These are the ones he brought back from the Shadowfell.
Oh.
This is veterans.
Many of them still are here. They're trapped. Getting back has become very hard. And many of them chose to stay in general.
It's like a guy giving like a person
Essentially, this is that's very close. This is like a military insignia.
Yeah.
At this point, it's probably like an heirloom.
Not for
him.
You know how long elves live.
Elves. Yeah. Elves.
It's very likely he fought. He actually fought.
Yeah.
It's very likely.
Yeah.
It's also very likely this isn't his first wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's entirely possible.
Very different thought.
Good.
Sapphire's just looking at this, kind of surprised. Are you sure? At the end of the day, it's up to Corvus because it's in his hand.
I am certain.
Guessing it's a good luck charm.
Of sorts.
Staring at this image of a raven.
So, to get more into specifics, it is a raven simply in silhouette. Like, there are no features on it.
Yeah. No, but you know why Corvus is just staring at this.
Yes, and as you hold it out to the light, it actually does not seem to catch the light at all, the raven's silhouette. The rest of it does gleam a little bit. But the raven itself seems to just absorb light, like it is blacker than black. This is the absence of light.
He says, because this is not gold, Corvus assumes this is not to be sold, which, fair enough. I'm guessing this is important to you. Do you wish to part with it? We're fine with
You
just...
have earned it.
And I didn't do much. Mostly,
You're the one who came. That's enough.
Corvus will, not bow, but like lower his head in a like a gracious a thank you. Oh,
I won't keep you longer than I have to. And I have some catching up to do. Even if only a little time is missed. There isn't much from my perspective.
of course. All have a day. I can't remember. He doesn't say you all. He says y'all because of his fucking accent.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good day.
He nods and closes the door, heading back
That's
inside.
like a second
Corvus?
too back.
You have acquired an amulet of the Raven Queen. While you have this,
You can't die.
in addition to this functioning as a military insignia, while it is in your possession, you have advantage on death saving throws.
Yo.
Corvus never dying again.
It is a lucky charm.
Rolls a nat 1 and a nat 20 on the same death saving throw.
That can happen.
Corvus saying yell it just makes me want to say yeehaw.
I know. I was going to make the comment that Corvus the only American in the Forgotten Realms.
The only American, yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Wasn't
Cheese
the
has
only
such a
American.
romantic accent. Cheese is also there.
Corvus, like after a second,
I'm waiting for Shadow to answer a question of mine.
Okay, so because
yes.
because she seemed to know what it was, because she responded, "You sure?" And she seemed like there's a hint of shock.
Sleight of hand.
Okay.
Don't
No
steal it.
advantage or I'm not stealing anything. Do I have advantage or no? Because I imagine
You'll have advantage because he's focused on Corvus. Yes.
Okay. What the fuck? Okay. They're gonna notice Sapphire just kind of like trying to stealthily put some gold, like.
Believe it or not, that's actually enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll let you know how much gold I leave for them.
It's just barely enough.
Bro, anti-rogue.
Like the DC was 8.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Again, commoners essentially.
True.
Mhm.
It's gonna be someplace where they won't notice it immediately, but when they come back, probably it's like,
Mhm.
oh.
You know, it's a really good thing that not having
You'll
proficiency.
slip just through like a crack in the window.
Fuck.
Okay.
But yeah.
We'll turn the shaft after a second or two, and look at her go. This is.
It's a sort of military insignia. And then Sapphire will go into the explanation because I don't really remember it word for word. And of course, this is as they're walking back.
Yeah, he goes. I don't think I should have this.
He gave it to you. Besides, you're the one that took the quest. I'm not sure I would have noticed it if you didn't pick it.
Lessla and Cheese are gone.
It's fine. He expected you guys to go.
Yeah.
Venali's still there.
Yeah, actually, as you're walking back, you do notice Lessla, Cheese, Venali, and your new friend all walking down the road, with Cheese staring very intently at her staff.
Yeah, Cheese has the like head of her staff like far in front of her and is clearly following it.
I'm gonna look at that and look at Corvus. Also, if you don't put that on, that's kind of disrespectful to them.
It does not have any way for you to put it on.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not an amulet. It's like a coin.
So it's just okay.
It looks like at one point it may have been attached to a piece of armor, but it is no longer.
Would there be a way where I can make it into like an amulet without destroying any of it, bit of it?
Easily.
Easily? Okay.
Pocket sand.
But
If you want, sometime later you can come by the shop and I can make that into something you can wear so you don't lose it easily.
How much would that cost?
You don't have to worry about cost. It's fine.
His eyes narrow suspiciously.
What are you trying to get out of me?
I'm serious. It's just mostly like adding a chain and a connector. It's nothing.
Roll, just what you have to roll. I'm going to inside you.
I'm being completely honest too.
That's what he's checking. Your persuasion has to beat my.
No, Corvus, you have to roll insight.
Well, that's what he's doing.
Sapphire, as far as you can tell, the honesty seems genuine. But you're not great at reading Sapphire.
Yeah. Sure.
If it
So
makes
this
you
pocket.
feel better, you have my word that it won't cost you a copper, or a silver, or a gold, or a platinum.
Every time his eyes are getting narrower and narrower. Just
What about an electrum?
fuck. You say electrum, course will explode.
What about a soul coin?
It won't cost you anything. I promise. You have my solemn word.
The eyes have become shut.
It acted out so much. His eyes are shut.
Yeah.
Maxing out squint.
He looks like Brock right now. That's what he looks like.
Quick, hide their nurse joys.
Anyway, the procession is passing you by as Cheese follows the staff, not even noticing you.
Almost
I'm
as is
flashing over to
normal.
Corvus, just like,
Will silently step and just walk 10 feet behind him.
I'm following some magic liquid in a jar.
Yep, Sapphire will
I'm not going to
follow.
She's
insight
just
that.
in genuine shouts to no one in particular.
I'm not going to insight that. Course completely believes that.
Yeah.
As you say that, like 4 or 5 people like make a hole.
Sapphire will follow next to Corvus.
Thank you. Have a good day.
As you guys are following along, you notice that the raven has returned. It is now perched on Lesla's staff as she's walking.
She's just, as she's going along, she's just like muttering random, I won't say curses, but I will say minor annoyances in Sylvan. Just at the essence of Saluna.
Sapphire probably hearing this, and if Corvus has any questions, I'll be like, she's just basically groaning in annoyance. Or at least the equivalent of that.
The tone makes it pretty clear that's what's going on.
Yeah.
It's hard to miss. But Cheese,
Yeah.
you follow it, and you keep following it until you get to like the crossroads where basically if you turn right, you will be towards the city. As soon as you get into this crossroad, like this major kind of path outside the city, towards the gate by the trade wards, is where it finally leads you. It stops dead. It stops and just hangs limply from your staff once again. However, in front of you, very plainly visible and looking at you, he's an older gentleman with silvery hair. He looks to be maybe in his 50s to 60s, somewhere in there. And very prominently displayed on his robes is the symbol of Saloon. And that is where we are going to call it for today.
Damn.
All right, for those of you who joined us, as always, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are, and remember to stay frosty. For those of you watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and ring that notification bell to get more content like this in the future. If you wish to support the channel or our artists, please view the links down in the description below.